Part 23. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 224. What is the virtue and capability of this daylight? Everyone couldn't figure it out at all. In the end, they will only attribute it to Ri Xiangxiao's love for her fellow humans. After all, it is a clan that is very united, such as Uchiha and Senju. Boom. A girl didn't forget to stretch out her hand towards Hinata Hikaru even if she ran into the street, as if she would not die in peace. However, after Ri Xiangxiao fired a soft punch, he fell silent. This brutal scene shocked everyone. And Ri Xiangxiao didn't even bother to look at his defeated general. On the street, three girls threw themselves into silence in various postures. Then, it was Hinata Xiao who left in high spirits, and Hinata Hikari who also left. The two of them were back to back, far apart, but did not speak. Because everything is left unsaid. Everyone watching the game held a moment of silence for the three girls. There is no way, this is the fate of being inferior to others. But, Hikaru Hinata is too strong this time, right? One is Hinata Hikaru, who is arrogant and even looked down upon by Genin, and the other is Hinata Xiao, who is stubborn and refuses to look back, and will fight with her clan members just because they say a word. They're only 9 years old, they're just two kids. Why are two 9-year-old kids so awesome? Get out of the way, get out of the way. There was a loud noise, and just like the law enforcers in a certain movie, the people from the Uchiha clan police department arrived belatedly. Hinata Hikaru walked to the entrance of Konoha, the spectacular meeting gate. After Senju Uto showed the mission authorization letter to the gatekeeper, he left with Hinata Hikari and Uchiha Ryawai. You're actually carrying out a B-level mission at such a young age. This sunlight is truly extraordinary. In Konoha, even the gatekeepers are ancestral. The two gatekeepers in the future, Shinayu Izwiun and Gangzisha, are now just two little babies. And their fathers, Shinayu Chiwiu and Gangzitong, are the guardians of this era. Shinayu Chiwiu and Gangzitong looked at Hinata's back with smiles on their faces. Hinata Hikaru and the other three were walking through the woods northeast of the Land of Fire. Although the terrain of Konoha Hidden Village is not complicated, it is full of woods and rivers. There are many mountains dotted everywhere. Uchiha Ryuhuo planned all the way when to kill Hinata Hikaru. In this mission, there is no doubt that we will encounter huge beasts. In this case, it would be best to let her die from the mouth of a beast and pretend her death was an accident. It is no longer common for ninjas to die in the course of their missions. Certainly. Uchiha Ryawai was very willing to help, cause the accidental death of Hinata Hikaru. Before that, he hoped to test out Hinata's strength. But what makes Uchiha Ryuhui more annoyed is, halfway through, a Ri Xiangxiao shot out and blocked the gun for Ri Xiangguang. Humph, forget it, this wasn't part of the plan originally. No matter how strong Hinata Hikaru is, she is just a branch family member. How can she be stronger than that clan member named Rik Xiangxiao? Uchiha Ryuhuo thought of this and quickly approached Hinata Hikaru. According to the mission instructions, it will take us 8 hours to reach our destination. Then, Hinata Hikaru, just watch me and Senju Uto from behind. You and Ido will take care of everything. For this mission, you can just rest assured and enjoy your qualifications. Uchiha Ryuhuo looks enthusiastic about doing good to others. Little did he know that Hinata Hikaru had already seen through his true nature. Quack, okay. Hinata nodded, but did not expose it on the spot. She was very interested in seeing how Uchiha Ryuhui tried to commit suicide. Senju Uto glanced at Hinata Hikaru speechlessly, feeling a little unsure. Although Hinata Hikaru is very strong, but is she too calm? Or is it that a mentally ill person cannot understand other people's warnings? Protagonist vs protagonist. Both of them have the potential to be protagonists, and the winner in the end, is the protagonist of the dark style, Uchiha Ryuhui. or Hyuga Hikari. 8 hours later. The sky was dark and the moon was rising. Arrive. Uchiha stopped and landed on the trees. According to the information from the villagers previously found, the roars of wild beasts often come from this mountain range located in the northeastern part of the Land of Fire. Some villagers said that they encountered terrifying giant beasts when they went hunting in the mountains. The village chief was worried that the giant beast would destroy the village, so he discussed it with the chiefs of several surrounding villages and jointly funded the money for a B-level mission. That's right, we're here. Senju Uto glanced across the mountains in the dark night. It was so dark here that he couldn't see anything. It seems we may have failed tonight. I suggest we make plans early tomorrow morning. Senju Uto observed the terrain and came to the conclusion that he could not go deeper. Performing such a dangerous mission in the dark, you will be killed if you are not careful. No, why should we retreat? A cold smile appeared on Uchiha Liuhuo's handsome face. He was absolutely unwilling to retreat. As the saying goes, the dark moon and high wind make a murderous night. Isn't it the best outcome to take advantage of this opportunity and kill Hinata Hikari? If he were to attack during the day, he might even have to kill Senju Uto in order not to be exposed. In order to avoid being suspected, Uchiha Ryuka would not attack Senju Uto unless absolutely necessary. Hyuga Hikari has Byakugan. Relying on her Byakugan, we can accurately locate, presumably, even the Dark Knight cannot stop the blood inheritance limit of the Hyuga clan. Uchiha Liuhuo said semi-complimentously with a smile on his face. Quack, of course. Hinata also smiled back, indicating that it was not a problem. The smiles of the two people were full of calculation, but this was not in line with Senju Uto's calculation. Senju Uto certainly hopes to see the two of them fight. It would be best for Hinata to be able to kill Uchiha Ryuka. After all, Uchiha Ryuka had bullied him before. But if it's the Dark Knight, Uchiha Ryuka wants to sneak attack Hinata, the scale of victory may tilt towards Uchiha Ryuka. It has been several years since Uchiha Ryuki became a genin. His strength, combat experience, and scheming are not comparable to those of the 9-year-old Hikaru Hinata. When Senju Uto was hesitant in his heart, Uchiha Ryuka and Hinata Hikaru had already taken the lead, and they were heading towards the mountain pulls together. There is no other way. If things go wrong by then, I will have no choice but to find a way to escape. Senju Uto was already prepared for Hinata to be killed by Uchiha Ryuka. Who makes Hinata Hikari so arrogant and unable to see clearly the situation in front of her? Of course, Senju Uto knew. Unless he didn't see what Uchiha Liuhui did at all, otherwise, Uchiha Liuhui would definitely deal with him as well. But Senju Uto, who had read countless ninja novels, was already prepared. As the saying goes, darkening is 3 times stronger, whitening is 7 times weaker. In order not to be killed by Uchiha Ryuka, he decided to rebel against the village. As long as he becomes a rebel ninja and becomes darker, he can at least survive until the later stages of the plot. Senju Uto has no intention of avenging Hinata Hikaru. Don't you see, if you do that, you will just be one of the many minor supporting characters who will be killed casually. If the chapter is wrong, click here to report it. Mobile phone users, please visit CSW. Reading for a better reading experience. The bookshelf is synchronized with the computer version. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 225. Senju Uto, who had made various plans, followed closely behind the two. Facing the moonlight, the three of them walked forward. You too. Senju Uto suddenly felt blessed. He thought of a plan that could perfectly avoid Uchiha Ryuka. It is said that there are many ninjas who defeated giant creatures in the wild and then signed psychic beast contracts with them. Oh! When Uchiha Liuhuo heard Senju Uto's words, he immediately became interested. It's not bad to have a powerful psychic beast to use when you go out. Many ninjas in the Uchiha clan have signed psychic beast contracts with the ninja cats from Granny Nico. Tsunade, Jiraiya, and Orochimaru also have different psychic beasts. As for other ordinary Konoha ninjas, they also use wild creatures as psychic beasts. Of course, most creatures in the wild cannot speak, and their intelligence is worrisome. Even though it is powerful, it does not have much advantage over other psychic beasts that can speak human words and have flexible brains to calculate. Why don't we spread out first, wait until we capture the huge beast and let it become a support, and then wipe out the other beasts one by one? Senju Uto thought well. But time waits for no one. Quack, this leader has found the target. Hinata Hikaru suddenly reminded the two of them that they found an entrenched beast in Byakugan's vision. The Byakugan of the Hyuga clan has a maximum perspective distance of about 1 kilometer. In the original work, Hinata was 1 kilometer away and saw through the heartbeat of Uzumaki Naruto. And if you don't use perspective, but only use farsightedness, the distance will be even longer. However, it will be affected by scenery obstruction and fog. Following Hinata's instructions, the three of them approached quietly, and then stopped on a tree trunk. In this low valley, a large number of wild beasts lurk. Among these beasts, there are more than 10 giant creatures. This is going to be tricky. Senju Uto murmured. Originally, he thought he would encounter scattered wild beasts, which would facilitate his movement. However, I didn't expect that all these beasts would be entrenched here. There is no doubt that they cannot disperse so many creatures. Even if there were 3 times more, no, 10 times more genin and chuyunin, it would be impossible to complete this task. Those 10 giant beasts, assuming each one has the strength of a special jounin, then, the total is a group of special jounin and a lot of cannon fodder. Among these giant creatures, there are giant but flexible apes, rhinos with horns and unusually thick skin, and giant pythons. Every creature is enough for them to drink from a pot. I think, we should return to the village and report this matter to Elder Yan. Senju Uto suggested. Once so many wild beasts riot, the consequences will be disastrous. He is a Konoha ninja after all, so he naturally has to consider the mission. Don't worry, Uto, my friend. Uchiha Liuhuo grinned and showed a malicious smile. Since we are already here, how can we return empty-handed? If we do this, we will be laughed at by others. It is absolutely impossible for Uchiha Ryuwei to return the same way without doing anything. On the one hand, it would damage his Uchiha reputation. On the other hand, there is no way to achieve his ambition of killing Hikaru Hinata. How do we do this? Senju Uto narrowed his eyes and asked. The atmosphere suddenly became solemn. Countless competitions have proven one thing. He is no match for Uchiha Ryuwei. Therefore, for now, Senju Uto can only listen to what Uchiha Ryuwei has to say. What I want to say is. When Senju Uto faced those eyes, he suddenly felt confused for a moment. Before my eyes, the world was spinning. But when he regained consciousness, he found that, he had suddenly changed his posture. The hands that should have been placed at his sides were pointed straight forward. It seems to be promoting something. At this time, there was no trace of Hinata around him. Happened. What? Ah, Senju Uto, you actually pushed Hinata out of the tree because you didn't like her. You are so cruel. Uchiha Liuhuo smiled half-heartedly, his eyes full of amusement. In the ear, there was a whistling wind. Realizing something, Senju Uto suddenly turned his head and looked at the dark valley below him. Hinata, dressed in white, is falling in the air. That petite figure was so conspicuous in the black night. And there is no doubt about it. Just now, he was the one who pushed Hinata off the tree. Pushed into the abyss occupied by ferocious beasts. You. Senju Uto turned his head suddenly, the muscles on his cheeks twitching. When this happens, there is only one possibility. Uchiha cast Sharingan Genjutsu on him. Taking advantage of Hinata Hikaru being wary of himself, as a result, Hinata Hikaru neglected him Senju Uto. But, Senju Uto couldn't remember when he had fallen victim to Uchiha Genjutsu. At least, not in the near future. Haha. Uchiharuka smiled, a mean smile. The Sharingan Genjutsu of the Uchiha clan does not have to be activated immediately. In the original work, Uchiha Itachi once used Sharingan to hypnotize two of Shimura Danzo's subordinates in advance. When that moment came, the Genjutsu was delayed and Uchiha Itachi killed them easily. And what Uchiha Ryahuo did in front of him was exactly the same as Uchiha Itachi. He had already used the Sharingan to hypnotize Senju Uto. Not yesterday, not today. It was just out of interest, but unexpectedly, it came in handy. You're always fighting me. A cold smile appeared on Uchiha Ryahuo's lips. I thought it was fun at first, but now, I'm tired of it, Senju Uto, those little calculations of yours, are nothing. 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 Nothing, is, not. These words echoed repeatedly in Senju Uto's mind. Is this, the difference between a protagonist and a supporting role? In this game where he tried to make a comeback with a supporting role, there was no doubt that Uto Senju was completely defeated. Not only did he lose, but he also personally ruined Hinata Hikari's life. Senju Uto's hands began to tremble. Is it fear or guilt for killing Hinata Hikari? Haha. Uchiha Ryahuo laughed heartily. Like a villain. He glanced into the abyss, and the falling sunlight attracted the attention of the beasts. Her figure is being swallowed up by countless black shadows. This little psycho is over. After nodding with great satisfaction, Uchiha Ryahuo stood up and returned the same way. I suddenly changed my mind. He said. I'm going back to Konoha to report you. You used personal reasons to want to murder Hinata Hikari, and by the way, you also wanted to murder me. A cruel and vicious smile appeared on Uchiha Ryahuo's face. He assassinated Hikaru Hinata, and the scapegoat has been found. It's just perfect. The next moment, Uchiha Ryahuo's figure quickly ran towards the distance. If the chapter is wrong, click here to report it. Mobile phone users, please visit CSW. Reading for a better reading experience. The bookshelf is synchronized with the computer version. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 226. Oh. The sun is falling. But he seemed to be taking his time. The moment she was pushed down by Senju Uto, she realized something. Senju Uto couldn't possibly murder her because the two of them had no grudges. Then, it was Uchiha Ryahuo who did it. Using the Sharingan illusion to hypnotize Senju Uto, Hinata Hikaru could only think of this method. There is no doubt that Hinata Hikaru is close to the truth. She turned around in the air and looked up at the dark cliff. What did Uchiha Ryahuo and Senju Uto say? This scene was completely seen by Byakugan. Then, Uchiha Ryahuo left first. In fact, from the moment he fell off the cliff, Hinata Hikaru had no clue about the previous situation. On the contrary, she really has a way to solve the current predicament. But, so what if it's solved? I went back and beat Senju Uto violently, but the result was that the Uchiha fire fisherman actually benefited. No. This leader is not that stupid. Hinata Hikari wants to take advantage of his plan. Pretend that he actually fell off a cliff and died. Then, the enemy is in the open, but the leader is in the dark, Act from the dark and get rid of the Uchiha Liuhuo. Quack. Hinata smiled very proudly. There is no tension at all about falling into the mouth of a beast. It is natural not to be afraid. The main corner cliff will only trigger adventures, so, what is the adventure of this leader? Hinata Hikaru was already happily thinking about what she could encounter. There is a weirdo who is tied up with stone chains at the bottom of the mountain. He insists on letting her learn the Nine Suns magic technique. We still saw only the remains of our predecessors, but they left behind martial arts secrets before they died. Nothing. Hinata Hikaru only saw huge mouths coming towards her, as if they were going to swallow her. It wasn't until the roar of an unknown monster rang out that all the giant beasts closed their mouths. Click. The sunlight fell on the fur of a huge monkey. The hair, which was as soft as a trampoline, made Hinata bounce a few times. Hinata Hikaru climbed up and saw the mountains and small mountains from this huge monkey. Because this giant monkey stands on two legs, it appears to be taller than other giant beasts. The only thing that could be compared to it was a giant strange snake that kept spitting out messages and staring at Hikari with its upright body and vertical pupils. The reason why these beasts don't eat Hinata is certainly not because they have good intentions. Rather, for one beast rules them all. Surrounded by many beasts, an extremely short beast, only about the same height as an adult human, walked out. The limbs stand side by side, the hair is white, and most importantly, wearing a battle armor from the Warring States period, his eyes looked bright. Quack, two flowers bloomed. The moment he saw the white ape, Hinata Hikaru was about to burst into flames. It's actually from the Hyuga clan. The next moment, the ape began to speak human words. And the roar just now was undoubtedly caused by it, and it was it that stopped all the beasts from devouring Hikari. Human, what are you doing here? The white ape spoke, but he looked unhappy. It seems that Hinata Hikaru's intrusion is not welcome. This leader was murdered by traitors of the Uchiha clan and fell off a cliff. Hinata stretched out his finger and pointed upward. The first sentence she said was normal, but the next sentence made the white ape stunned. Gaga, please, do you have any magical secrets for me? White ape. Magical weapons are also fine. The white ape was stunned by Hinata's brain circuitry. Why should I give her magical secrets or magical weapons? What is the logic of this? Seeing that the other party was puzzled, Hinata explained enthusiastically. This leader fell off a cliff, and falling off a cliff will trigger adventures. You just said, the Uchiha clan is plotting to kill you. The white ape interrupted Hinata's nonsense in time. This talking ape seems to know a lot. The moment he heard the name Uchiha, his expression turned serious. It's a duck, it's a duck. Hinata nodded repeatedly. Those Uchiha clan always want to murder my leader. The white ape sneered and looked Hinata up and down. You are just a member of the Hyuga clan, why would the Uchiha clan want to kill you? Because my leader is not afraid of their provocations and slaps them in the face one after another. They feel that their dignity has been insulted. They cannot hold back their faces and want to murder my leader. Uchiha. They are a race that loves face and pretentiousness above all else. Oh. The white ape looked Hinata up and down. This little girl from the Hyuga clan looks so small, with small arms and legs, she doesn't look like she can slap the Uchiha clan in the face. Seeing that it didn't believe it, Hinata sighed. See you soon. The chakra on her body suddenly agitated, and the next moment, strange red chakra appeared in Hinata Hikaru's palm. Killing intention, fluctuates. An extremely powerful aura that contained murderous intent instantly spread across the space. Stimulated by the murderous intent, the beasts that had been peaceful once again became restless. They either roared in a low voice, or simply shook their bodies uneasily, and were about to become a mess. Roar. However, the white ape roared suddenly, which shocked the eardrums. The next moment, all the beasts were quiet again. Even those huge beings such as giant rhinos and giant pythons immediately withered when they heard this roar. It seems that this white ape, which is about the same height as a human, is their leader. Quack, you are very majestic, may I ask, is your name the Monkey King? Hinata Hikaru casually removed the chakra and asked another question. The white ape frowned, its eyes still focused on the red fluctuations in the air. From the wave of killing intent released by Hyuga Hikaru, it felt a lot of things. It seems, this little girl from the Hyuga clan is not lying. These days, just follow me. After the ape finished speaking, he turned around and disappeared into the herd. Hinata blinked, not knowing why. But since the white ape didn't chase her away, it meant that there was still a chance to obtain the magic secret book. Thinking of this, Hinata simply lay down and began to fall asleep. The spot where she lay was the top of the giant monkey beneath her. The giant monkey blinked innocently, and finally lay down on the ground despondently, letting the sunlight occupy the top of its head. If the chapter is wrong, click here to report it. Mobile phone users, please visit CSW. Reading for a better reading experience. The bookshelf is synchronized with the computer version. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 227. The next morning. Early in the morning, the beasts in the valley were awakened by a loud noise. Hikaru Hinata stood on top of the giant monkey's head, just as he had done in the past, practicing the physical skills he had mastered. The leaf whirlwind. Konoha gale. Collapsing palm. Various physical techniques emerge in endlessly. From Konoha fluid techniques, to some unpopular taijutsu, and finally to the Kusajiryu explosive palm of the Kyuzakakura trio. Until the end, Hinata Hikaru began to practice the soft boxing technique. From the second Bagua palm to the eighth Bagua palm, it just stops. The practice of physical skills ends here. The white ape, who had watched this scene early, was sitting on a rock with his hands folded across his chest. You are a branch of the Hyuga clan. It said in an affirmative tone. Because, the Zone family can't just hit Bagwazang and then stop. No matter how bad the clan members are, they can at least practice the 16 palms of the Bagwa. But the white ape was a little confused in his heart. Because Hinata Hikari has mastered too many physical skills. Too many to be logical. The Konoha fluid technique is okay, but why does she even master the unpopular Arhat fist, and even the explosive palm of Kyuzagakura village? This leader is a member of the branch family. Hinata jumped down from the giant monkey's head. The monkey quickly stood up and disappeared in a flash. It was obvious that he had taken the opportunity to get away from Hinata. It didn't want Hinata to stay on its head. Hinata Hikari walked to the stream in the valley and washed up before getting ready to catch fish for dinner. But the white ape threw a bunch of fruits over enthusiastically. Eat. It says. Hinata Guang took a pack of fruits wrapped in lotus leaves, looked around, and said doubtfully. Aren't there any bananas? The corners of the white ape's mouth twitched. Not all monkeys like eating bananas. Oh. Hinata blinked and gained new knowledge. After finishing the fruit feast, Hinata Hikaru stood up and asked the white ape for the magic secret book again. Because according to the TV series, the protagonist must have an adventure after falling off the cliff. However, the white ape just looked at her coldly, and then, with his legs gathering strength, he jumped suddenly and jumped onto the back of a giant bird. The big bird flapped its wings and soared into the air instantly. With a sharp roar coming from the sky, the beasts lurking in the valley moved. Like an army waking from a slumber, the rumble of marching shook the valley. The movement of the herd caused not only sounds but also vibrations. The entire valley was shaken, and the dust raised covered the sky and the sun. Hinata blinked and jumped onto the body of a giant rhinoceros with a few lunges. Then, using his strength back and forth, he finally jumped onto the back of the giant bird. And the white ape is standing on the body of this big bird. Are you going to take them to eat children? Hinata pointed at the village outside and said. From here, you can see villages scattered across the plains. The lingering smoke represents the beginning of a new day for the villagers, and the rising sun also dyes the earth a touch of orange. The white ape obviously knew about Hinata Hikari's nonsense style. I don't want to eat children. I want to take them to a stable place, a place where they can stay away from the war. It turns out that this is a good monkey. Oh. After Hinata Hikaru heard that the other party had no ill intentions, he knew that this mission was safe. The so-called eradication of wild beasts is actually just a unilateral understanding of the villagers. In fact, these displaced beasts are also victims of war. Their home is destroyed, but at the same time, a good monkey steps up and takes them to a new home. Quack, these are all good things. Afterwards, Hikari quietly watched the migration of these giant beasts. She had the sun behind her, which meant, she was heading northwest now. Where are we going? All the refugees from the land of grass have fled. It should be a good place. The launch of the war ruined the already stretched economy of the country of grass. The refugees had no jobs and fled everywhere. The abandonment of villages will inevitably lead to the lushness of the natural environment. And this direction, the place it goes to happens to be the country of grass. If you don't go to the country of grass. The white ape shook his head. Although the environment of the country of grass is okay, it is not a permanent place after all. That country is too cowardly. In the country of grass, everyone bullies everyone. Although he always wants to do some small tricks, in the end he can only be a grandson. Then go to the land of rain. The country of rain is a country where it rains all year round. This country is close to the land of grass, but at the same time, it is also bordered by Tsunagakuer, Konoha, and Iwagakuer. There is a ninja village in the land of rain, called the Rain Hidden Village. There is a powerful leader in Yuyan village, Sanshou Ayuhanzo, who is known as the demigod. Sanshou Ayuhanzo single-handedly supported the entire country. Facing the attack from the three great powers of Konoha, Tsunagakuer, and Iwagakuer, he did not give up at all, and he was called the most naive person in the ninja world. Stronger than the head of the Sandaime Raikage. I am not interested in human wars. The white ape still shook his head, and then looked at the group of beasts following closely behind him. I believe, they are the same. The time of beasts has passed. Just like the samurai replaced by ninjas, they can only huddle in a corner of the world in the kingdom of iron. The change of times has triggered changes in species and occupations. This is the rolling wheel of history, and no one can resist it. Even if the beast has a huge body, it is still no match for humans. The fact that all nine-tailed beasts were sealed is the best evidence. Then only the kingdom of Long is left. Hinata sat down cross-legged and looked at the white ape. That's right, I want to lead them to the kingdom of Long. The white ape nodded. The kingdom of Long is a small country. The country of grass is on the left, and the country of iron is on the right. Because of its geographical location, not many wars occurred. In addition, the terrain of the Long Kingdom is steep and there are many paradises surrounded by mountains, which makes it easy to defend and difficult to attack. Although Longjian village was very bad in history, it had never been captured by others. Those who are incompetent will not be able to chew this turtle shell, and those who are capable will not grab it, because it is useless to occupy it. In the final analysis, war is about competition for resources, followed by a chain of hatred. Why fight it if you don't have the resources? Besides, there is no hatred between Longjian village and other countries. In fact, this is thanks to a certain old man who likes to steal people's hearts. Corner. More than 20 years ago, the senior officials of Longjian village were blindly giving orders and making enemies everywhere. One of them actually sent Kakozu to assassinate the first Hokage. Of course, Kakozu did not complete his mission, but was imprisoned by the senior officials of Longyear village and charged with various crimes. Whether it was to set up a trap to kill the Master Getu, or whether there was another hidden agenda, is unknown. Because on a dark and windy night, Kakozu rebelled against the village. Not only did he kill all the senior officials of Longyear village, he also took away the secret treasure of Longyear village, U. Since then, the world in Longyear village has been peaceful. After all the high-level officials were dead, leaving them in a leaderless situation. The other ninja villages who had enmity with Longyear village thought about it and felt that there was no need for revenge. The damned people are all dead, so what revenge is there to avenge? Longyear village has been peaceful for many years. If the chapter is wrong, click here to report it. Mobile phone users, please visit CSW. Reading for a better reading experience. The bookshelf is synchronized with the computer version. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 228. Longyear Village. Hinata Hikaru was thinking about the ninja village hidden behind the waterfall. As the saying goes, there is a unique world in Shuoliandong. So, this white ape should be planning to extradite these beasts to a similar environment. From here to Long Kingdom, at this speed, it will take about 3 to 4 days. It is worth mentioning that Longyear village is still an ally of Konoha. That is, the allies. The properties are similar to Tsunagakuer. But the difference is, Longyear village has no ambition to invade other countries. Because after the Great Purge in Kakuto many years ago, the main fighting faction died unexpectedly, and most of the remaining ninjas in Longyear village are staunch doves and are only willing to guard their own 1/3 of an acre. In this regard, it is very similar to the Hyuga clan. After traveling for several more hours, the group of beasts came to a plain. Maybe they were tired from walking, so they stopped one after another, looking for food and resting. White Horse Monkey, do you really have no magical secrets to teach me? Along the way, Hinata asked questions here and there, but he couldn't get enough of the magic secrets. In her opinion, even if she fell off a cliff and met an ape that could speak human language, how could there be no magic secrets? If you want the magic secrets, you must defeat me first. The white ape sat on the ground and responded coldly. Quack, okay. Hearing that defeating the opponent would lead to magical secrets, Hinata Hikaru suddenly became excited. She is a genin, and the opponent's strength is obviously at least a jounin, or even an elite jounin. Hinata Hikaru doesn't know if this division is correct. But judging from the fact that the white ape can command these giant beasts that even special jounin cannot deal with, its strength must be as expected. It is very unfair for a genin to fight against an ape who is at least as strong as a jounin. But the world of beasts is probably about the law of the jungle. All the reasons you look for can only explain your own weakness. As the saying goes, winners and losers. Only victory is everything. Then you have to accept the move. Hinata stood up from the ground and suddenly moved his palm towards the sitting white ape. The fluctuation of murderous intention, collapsing palm. Boom. Red chakras suddenly appeared from the front of Hinata Hikaru's palm, and then slammed into the opponent. The corners of the white ape's mouth raised, revealing a very human chuckle. Hinata's speed is very fast, even in his eyes, his shots are very fast. More importantly, this is completely different from the ordinary Hyuga clan ninjas. It was the first time for the white ape to see a ninja from the Hyuga clan using Goken. Of course, for it, even if the speed of daylight is faster, it can still react. With a flash of his body, the white ape originally sitting on the ground disappeared. Boom. Hinata's collapsing palm hit the ground hard, immediately causing a patch of mud and a small crater. So fast. Hinata praised. The other party's speed was completely beyond her expectation. but this is still within the acceptable range. Hinata Hikari, with blue veins popping out around his eyes, used the Hyuga clan's blood inheritance limit, white eyes. Using the Byakugan to observe the characteristics of the surroundings without blind spots, Hyuga quickly captured the figure of the white ape. The other party came directly behind her. Without any pause, Hinata turned around and punched. The wave of murderous intent, rock attack. A very handsome super punch. Hinata Hikaru used the most powerful move among sea-level physical arts. This attack is an ultimate killing move that can even crush huge rocks. Facing Hinata Hikaru's attack, the white ape took the initiative and turned its right palm into a claw, grabbing it hard. Boom! Arms collided with arms, and Hinata's fist hit the ape's wide paw. At this moment, red light bloomed. The power of the physical art superimposed by the killing intent wave was completely released. However, the imaginary wounds did not appear. The white ape completely received Hinata Hikari's punch with unusual ease. Hinata's eyes suddenly opened wide. The feeling coming from the fist is real. But, why is nothing wrong with the other party? Could it be that? Be careful. This time, it was the white ape's turn to warn. It bowed left and right, with both claws lowered. The strong arms and hands are far beyond those of ordinary humans, and the sharp nails show that it is different from humans. What's even scarier is its attack patterns are completely different from those of human ninjas. There is no trace at all. But it happened that Huhu was very powerful and looked extremely powerful. Hinata Hikaru suddenly turned into a disadvantage and could only resort to tricks. Bang bang. The sound of collisions continued to be heard in the air, and with all his strength, Hinata Hikari unleashed the wave of murderous intent. However, when it hit the ape's paw, it seemed like it had encountered the hardest steel. The fluctuations of killing intent seemed to be unable to effectively break the opponent's copper skin and iron bones. This is also the first time Hinata Hikaru has encountered an opponent who can completely ignore the fluctuations of murderous intent. Your defense is so high. Hinata praised. To be able to resist her murderous wave with the body, to be able to do this, it can only be inhuman. Thinking of this, Hinata Hikaru was not only not depressed, but also extremely excited. Because the white ape with super high defense is very suitable to be her sparring partner. The wave of killing intent, Konoha whirlwind. Hinata twisted her waist and spun her body suddenly. The flying right leg, with a bright red color, headed towards the white ape. Boom! The white ape raised his arm to block the blow. In its eyes, which were completely different from human structures, there was a flash of admiration. How many years has it been? I have never seen a kid who can practice Konoha whirlwind to this extent. Quack, there's more. Hikaru Hinata kicked out her left foot again, completing the second combo of Konoha tornado. But there is no doubt that they were all blocked by the white ape one by one. The wave of killing intent, Konoha gale. Hinata Hikaru swept Tang's legs with another move, directly hitting the ape's leg. The white ape lost his balance for a moment. But its body structure and adaptability to nature are completely different from humans. Head up or head down doesn't matter. The white ape put his hands on the ground and turned somersaults in an instant. It was as easy as drinking water and eating. It was so flexible that it was amazing. Generally speaking, human beings are absolutely unable to perform this kind of action. This is due to different body structures. For an ape that can wander freely among trees, its arms are well developed and its sense of balance is simply outrageous. You have a solid foundation. The white ape spoke. But this alone cannot defeat me. Quack, don't worry, this leader has many new versions of ships that you haven't seen yet. If the chapter is wrong, click here to report it. Mobile phone users, please visit CSW. Reading for a better reading experience. The bookshelf is synchronized with the computer version. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 229. Hyuga has many new versions of ships. Her moves are, lots of them. In addition to hard boxing, there is also soft boxing. The fluctuation of murderous intent and Bagwa Kong palm. Without any hesitation, Hinata struck out with the palm before he even rushed in front of the white ape. Boom! Waves of killing intent emerged, and the scarlet palm shadow flew away from his hand, attacking at an extremely fast speed and hitting directly. It is faster and has a longer strike distance than Lu Hongquan's collapse palm and Bagwa air palm. But the attack range is much smaller. Nani! The white ape was stunned by the scene in front of him. It never expected that Hyuga Hikaru, who was separated from the family, would actually learn the Bagwa Kong palm that can only be learned by family members. Caught off guard, the white ape was hit. However, it did not suffer any damage, and even its body was slightly tilted back about 10 degrees. But this is enough. As the fastest move among all the taijutsu moves Hinata Hikaru has learned so far, Bagwa Kongjan can basically be said to hit wherever he points, making it impossible to guard against. Basically, when Hikari raised his hand and slapped a palm, the attack was almost there. After releasing a long-range physical technique that shocked the white ape's movements, Hinata Hikaru immediately got close and executed a set of combos. 8 diagrams and 2 palms. Rice Yangguang raised his palms together and connected his fingers. 8 diagrams and 4 palms. This time, he hit 4 combos with both hands at the same time. Because of the speed, it was as if Hinata had grown 4 arms. The reason why other physical techniques are not used is to prevent the white ape from having a chance to resist. In terms of attack speed, Ruquan Bagwazang is second only to Bagwa Kongjiang. Bagwa. A set of combos is gorgeous and elegant. This is a high-speed combo acupuncture technique that can only be used by the Hyuga clan with Byakugan. The white ape's body trembled continuously after being beaten. The needle-shaped chakra condensed on Hinata's fingertips continued to seep out through the fingers, and then attacked the white ape's body. So, is this the end? Not at all. I saw Hinata Hikaru, who had finished playing Bagwa, accumulating strength with his hands backwards. Then came a more violent blow. Bagwa, 16 palms. At this moment, Hinata Hikaru surpassed the restrictions of the branch family, broke through the 8 Bagwa palms, and reached a higher limit. This little human girl. The shock in the white ape's heart almost burst through his chest. Not only did it see the Bagwa Kongjiang that only clan members could theoretically learn, but it also personally experienced the 8 diagrams and 16 palms that transcended the branch families. Some things I have to go and confirm. The white ape made up his mind, and after this fight was over, he would confirm some things. Alas! Hinata Hikari couldn't help but sigh as he looked at the white ape who stood up again and was completely unharmed after suffering chapter of Bagwa. The skin of this white-haired monkey is really thick. Even Bagwazang couldn't penetrate its skin. If the soft boxing technique cannot penetrate from the body surface, then, this physical technique is useless. Because the premise for soft boxing to be effective is to drive the attack into the enemy's body. Okay, that's it for now. The white ape stretched out his paw to stop Hinata's further actions. Hinata seemed a little disappointed. This leader also has many new series. Are you really a branch of the family? The white ape asked. It's questioning Hinata's identity. Your name? Master Tongtian. Hinata said proudly. White ape. After that, the white ape turned and left. Hinata wanted to ask about the magic secret book, but the giant ape yesterday blocked Hinata's way. The giant ape, which was obviously huge but had a silly look on its face, shook its head to signal Hinata not to go by. Although it can't speak, it can be seen that this giant ape also has a certain degree of intelligence. "Ga, if I don't want to go there, you can be my training partner." Hinata smiled strangely and took action directly. The giant ape roared low, and then began to be played by the story of an elephant being eaten to death by ants. The white ape walked silently into a forest, turning a deaf ear to the strange laughter and thumping sounds coming from behind. It wants to confirm one thing. Then, it was seen taking out a scroll from the lining of the jacket and unfolding it. As it clicks toward the center of the scroll. After half an hour, white apes emerge from the woods. "Quack, it's been so convenient for you for so long." Hinata greeted it warmly. The corners of the white ape's mouth twitched. By the way, it saw the huge ape that was exhausted and almost died from being played by Hinata Hikari. Hinata Hikari was standing on top of the former's head. The advantage of a large body is that it is powerful, but it also consumes a lot of energy and makes it easy to tire. But it was really embarrassing to be done like this by a genin. "Hikaru Hinata." The white ape suddenly called out Hinata Hikaru's name. Hinata Hikaru didn't expect that the other party actually knew her real name. "Don't you want to get the magic secret book? I will teach you now." With that said, the white ape began to perform a set of peculiar physical skills. From Hinata's point of view, that set should be called Monkey Fist. But adaptation is not random fabrication, and drama is not nonsense. It needs to blossom and apologize. Is there anything like this in Monkey Fist? Hikaru Hinata, tactical fallback. The white ape didn't know Hinata's inner activities, so it explained on its own. This set of physical skills has no other effect, but it can improve your defense. As long as you practice it for a long time, no matter whether it is physical skills or swords, guns, swords, and halberds, they will not be able to hurt you at all. In the end, you can even practice become an indestructible body. Oh. Hinata's crystal clear white eyes suddenly widened. She couldn't help but be surprised when she heard that the set of physical skills had such magical functions. "I'm afraid, the reason why this big white horse monkey has such high defense is because of this set of physical skills." As the white ape performed physical skills, scenes merged into Hinata's mind. The immersive Hinata is like being in a painting. Every move of the opponent is so clear, and there is an indescribable beauty of boldness and wildness. This is a set of physical skills that are completely different from what humans have learned. Opening the Byakugan along with Hinata's light. Except for this set of actions. The flow of chakra and the operation of muscles in the opponent's body were all captured by her. It didn't take long for Hinata to understand the essence. How about it? The white ape stopped moving. He practiced this set of physical skills twice. The purpose is to allow Hinata to see clearly. This leader seems to have completely learned it. Hinata Hikaru said softly. The white ape was stunned for a while. Generally speaking, you can't learn anything in 10 days and a half. Moreover, this set of taijutsu requires extremely high taijutsu talent. Without talent, not even a guy who claims to be a ninjutsu professor can learn it. And this daylight. She actually said she had completely learned it after watching it twice. Have fun. If the chapter is wrong, click here to report it. Mobile phone users, please visit CSW. Reading for a better reading experience. The bookshelf is synchronized with the computer version. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 230. Practice it again and show me. The white ape crossed his chest with his hands and gestured. Good. Hinata Hikaru drew up his posture and prepared. Oh. Hinata looked weird, scratching his head and ears while imitating the sound. He didn't know whether it was a gorilla or a monkey. This behavior made the corners of the white ape's mouth twitch. What is an international superstar duck? Hikaru Hinata, Tactical fallback. Don't tell me, she still thinks that she is imitating him very much. No, the white ape said that it didn't do these actions at all. Hinata Hikaru added them himself. Then, Hinata Hikaru began to practice the monkey demon fist that he had memorized before. The essence of this set of physical techniques is actually the refinement of chakra control. Chakra is guided through muscle movements to accelerate the flow throughout the body, allowing chakra to be dispersed anywhere under the body surface. Over time, the chakra in the meridians of the body is like a network extending in all directions, pointing wherever it goes. When an enemy attacks the main body, chakra will flow to the struck part on its own, reducing the attack or even completely neutralizing the attack. The effect of force is mutual. When the opponent attacks, we use chakra to offset it. Well, that's pretty scientific. Chakra, as the foundation of power in this world, is a metaphysical and powerful energy. It is understandable to be able to do something similar to how martial arts masters use their internal strength to resist attacks. A set of ape demon fists came down, and the white ape was dumbfounded in shock. Because it found. Hinata Hikaru completed the entire set of taijutsu without missing a single movement. Pity. The white ape's eyes darkened for a moment. He has such a powerful physical talent, but his mental state is not normal. Quack, how's it going? After finishing a set, Hinata stood up again, with a very proud expression on her face. Good. The white ape nodded and praised Hinata without hesitation. This set of physical skills. Neither Orochimaru, Jiraiya, nor Tsunade have learned it. Originally, the white ape thought that it was impossible for humans to learn this set of physical skills, but this idea was shattered after encountering Hinata Hikaru. In the next few days, Hinata Hikaru stood on the back of the huge beast and practiced the monkey demon fist. The white ape guides Hinata and leads the herd in migration. Finally, on the third day, they arrived at Long Kingdom. The country of Long Country is not rich, but at least it is much stronger than the country of Grass. The terrain here is rugged, causing the population to be spread among several relatively large cities and villages. In other words, wild landscapes cover more area than human habitations. The white ape led the herd through narrow and steep labyrinth valleys, and finally, came to a grand canyon with a unique cave. There are mountains and water here, surrounded by towering mountains. It can be said that it is easy to defend but difficult to attack. Even if there were flying ninjas, it would be impossible for them to fly in from such a high altitude. The herds of animals that once lost their homes can thrive here with peace of mind. Hinata Hikaru's monkey demon fist has also become more impressive as time goes by. It's been a week since I received the mission. At this time, Hinata Hikaru was in the canyon and was besieged by a group of apes. Some of these apes are about the size of human children, while others are as big as adults. They are all the same species as the white apes. It turns out that this is where the white apes live. Roar! An ape flew up and waved its claws towards Hinata. Hinata stepped forward, took a deep breath, and then punched out. When her arms were fully extended, she heard the wind blowing in the air. With a wild and fast momentum, he collided with the adult-sized ape. Boom! With a terrifying loud noise, the ape was blown away by Hinata Hikaru's punch. It seemed that the monkey demon fist not only enhanced defense, but also enhanced Hinata's physique. In Hinata Hikaru's words, it feels like the meridians of the whole body have been opened. The power that was originally limited to certain parts has now spread to the whole body, swaying freely. The moment the ape flew backwards, strong wind blew by again, and another ape rushed towards her and grabbed her shoulder. Yula ola ola! Hinata turned around suddenly, waved his small fists, and with a hand speed that broke through the sky, he punched multiple fists in an instant. This kind of hand speed can be achieved by every master of the Hyuga clan. And Hinata is developing in this direction. The Zone family's 64 Bagua palm requires 64 precise strikes targeting acupuncture points in a very short period of time. The improvement of Hinata Hikari's hand speed will be extremely beneficial to her future training in soft fist. In an instant, the ape was blown away. However, the two apes that were beaten away did not show any signs of pain. Because they, like Hikaru Hinata, have practiced the physical technique called Saru Demon Fist. Unlike Hinata, they have been trained since childhood, and their fur can be said to be made of steel and iron. Alias, Vajra indestructible body. No matter how hard the sun hits them, they won't be hurt. In other words, this will eventually turn into a battle of physical strength and durability. See which side gets tired and falls down first. After a few days of getting along, Hinata Hikaru also knew the name of the white ape, and she had a certain connection with the white ape. Because the white ape is named Ape Demon. The Saru Demon is the psychic beast of the third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen. Use that trick. Seeing that two apes of the same race were unable to take advantage of Hikari, the Ape Demon immediately roared. After getting up from the ground, the two apes looked at each other. One of the apes suddenly jumped and spun rapidly in the air. Transformation. Boom. The ape that was uttering human words one moment turned into a black club the next. King Kong Ruyi stick. Another ape jumped in the air and took the Vajraruyi stick transformed by his fellow ape. Vajraruyi cudgel, also known as golden cudgel. Every member of the monkey demon family has this special ability to transform into a ninja tool. Hinata's eyes widened when she saw this scene. It was a new version of the ship that she had never seen before, that was for one thing. On the other hand, what is the golden cudgel? Adaptation is not random, drama is not nonsense. In the hearts of 1,000 people, there can only be one Sun Wukong. In the hearts of people, there can only be one golden cudgel. You are trying to show your respect to the Fire Lord. The people of our country apologize. Hinata Hikaru waved her little hands and severely condemned the other party's transformation. This is unethical behavior. Laugh, you are still laughing, anyway, I can't laugh, tears are rolling in my eyes. If the chapter is wrong, click here to report it. Mobile phone users please visit CSW. Reading for a better reading experience. The bookshelf is synchronized with the computer version. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 231. Of course the monkey demons and the others didn't understand what Hinata was talking about. They just regarded this as another nonsense from Hinata. See you soon. The ape holding the wish-fulfilling stick that his companion had turned into jumped up high and swung it hard towards Hinata Hikaru. Faced with this thundering blow, Hinata Hikaru did not retreat but advanced. Quack, good time, the murderous intention fluctuates. A red light suddenly lit up on Hinata's right palm. Boom. There was an explosion in the air, and before the Ruyi stick could reach him, it was blasted back by the power of the killing intent. The poor ape jumped into the street instantly. Even if the two of them gather their strength, they are still no match for Hikaru Hinata. Although Ape Demon Fist can improve physical fitness, after all, it mainly focuses on strengthening defense. In terms of power confrontation, Hikari's murderous intention fluctuations have a great advantage. Since the other party used weapons shamelessly, then, Hinata Hikaru was also rude. Stop! The monkey demon immediately shouted to stop Hinata Hikaru from beating the drowned monkey. You have completely mastered the Ape Demon Fist and you can leave. The Ape Demon said calmly. It was signaling to Hinata that it was time to return to Konoha. The parting came so quickly that even Hinata couldn't react. Hinata Guang shook his little head. No, this leader has decided to stay in Huaguo Mountain to cultivate immortality. The corner of the monkey demon's mouth twitched. Hinata Hikaru named this place Huaguo Mountain without permission. But not to mention, it's a pretty good name. Let's go. The ape demon waved his hand and began to chase people away. Hinata Hikaru was reluctant. She said, "Simian demon, can you sign a contract with this leader and become a magic monkey? If the white ape becomes her psychic beast, except for a very few people, he can basically walk sideways in Konoha. The strength of the monkey demon is basically at the elite Jonin level. As for Konoha's cage level masters, except for Konoha's 4 top executives and Konoha White Fang Hatake Sakumo, there seemed to be no one else. Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru are currently only in their 20s, too young to be at cage level. Of course, maybe there are other shadow level masters in Umbu or Genbu that Hinata doesn't know about. Or maybe there is a sweeping monk who looks like an old man on the surface, but is actually a very awesome ninja. By the time when encountering the Uchiha clan or other enemies, just release the monkey demon and beat them all. Hinata Hikari was so beautiful that the monkey demon didn't agree. The ape demon shook his head. You can come back to me after you have made great achievements on the battlefield and become a famous ninja. In other words, the current Hyuga is not qualified to drive it. Oh. Hinata Hikaru's cute little face immediately showed a disappointed expression. She walked to the side and grabbed the cute-looking ape next to her, the one she had just been sparring with. How about the 2 of them? Neither. The monkey demon immediately refused again. You just want to turn them into Vajraruyi sticks and use them as tool monkeys. Hinata Hikari. Seeing that the little abacus was revealed, Hinata Hikaru felt a little regretful. Hinata looked around. The giant ape, 2 small apes, the ape demon, and other beasts were all surrounding. It seemed like he was saying goodbye to her. Then let him give me a ride. Hinata pointed at the giant bird. A week ago, the ape demon stood behind this giant bird and directed the migration of the beasts. Think about how cool it would be to let the big bird fly back to Konoha. Ah! This time, the ape demon finally nodded. After it gave instructions to the giant bird motioned for Hinata to stand up. Quack, our green mountains will not change, green water will always flow, everyone, see you soon. Hinata Hikaru jumped up on the big bird's back, bowed his hands to the monkey demon and others, and then, the giant big bird soared into the sky and flew into the sky. The monkey demon and the beast stared at Hikaru's figure until she became smaller and smaller, and became unrecognizable. The country of fire, the hidden village of Konoha. The start of the war does not seem to have affected the village. Compared to peacetime, it seems to be more lively here. Many rich and powerful people in the country, or some refugees, migrated into Konoha, causing the population to grow again. Incidentally, Konoha's total GDP was increased. The only thing visible to the naked eye is the decrease in the number of ninjas. Of course, it's not layoffs or layoffs. Instead, they were sent to the battlefield in large numbers. The war machine of Konoha was finally in operation, and at the same time it was targeting the invasion of this village by other ninja villages. When the war is in full swing, there will be more ninjas rushing to the battlefield. Now, it's just the beginning. Hinata Hikari's disappearance was ultimately classified as an accident. Uchiha Ryuhu's report did not trigger any action from the top management of Konoha. The top brass of Konoha neither rewarded Uchiha Ryu nor punished Senju Uto. Correspondingly, there are rumors flying all over the sky. Rumor has it, Senju Uto killed Hinata Hikaru. But many people would not believe that Senju Uto would murder Hinata Hikaru. This matter has become more and more serious as time goes by. As for Senju Uto himself, he stayed behind closed doors due to the pressure of public opinion. After Jiraiya learned about this incident, he immediately left Konoha Hospital to look for traces of Hinata Hikaru. But then, for some unknown reason, there was no action. Namikaze Minato and Nosatsu were still guarding Konoha Hospital. The development of things has made the Uchiha clan full of doubts. Over the Hidden Leaf Village, a giant bird broke in, making the village suddenly noisy. Because the sky was wrapped in a perception barrier, the moment the giant bird entered, it was sensed by the perception team. After all, if such a big creature breaks in without being discovered, the enchantment team can pack up and leave. Hurry up! Just then, a group of Konoha ninjas quickly took action. 1 passed to 10, 10 to 100. A large number of ninjas began to track the giant's strange bird in the sky. Uchiha Ryuka has been in high spirits recently. The fact that he dealt with Hikaru Hinata inspired all the ninjas in his clan. Each Uchiha ninja became more arrogant and excited about getting rid of Konoha's chess pieces. There is no doubt that this is their successful counterattack against the suppression of Uchiha by the top management of Konoha. As for Uchiha Ryuki himself, he decided to show off his skills in the Chuunin exams 5 months later. The title of Strongest Genin was changed to Strongest Chunin. In order to achieve certain things, he even invited Senju Uto, who stayed behind closed doors. Uchiha Ryuho wanted to take this opportunity to continue to frame Senju Uto and let the matter ferment again. Senju Uto, who was a little frustrated, couldn't refuse. Knowing that Uchiha Ryuho wanted to plot against him, he had no choice but to bite the bullet and come to the place planned by Uchiha Ryuho. If the chapter is wrong, click here to report it. Mobile phone users, please visit CSW. Reading for a better reading experience. The bookshelf is synchronized with the computer version. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 232. I haven't seen you for a few days, Uto, are you okay? Uchiha Ryuho said hello to Senju Uto hypocritically. The two of them stood on the street, with people coming and going. Uchiha Ryuho did not come alone. Behind him, there was also a group of suspected henchmen. These people were both men and women, about the same age as him. In addition to the hugger, there were also several genin from the Uchiha clan. Today, Uchiha Ryuho specially called so many people because he wanted to expose Senju Uto's murder of Hinata Hikari in front of the public. The solemn atmosphere spread, and passers-by stopped one after another, curiously watching the scene that was about to happen. The cold treatment of this matter by the top management of Konoha has made the Uchiha clan full of doubts. Senju Uto has been confirmed to be the murderer who killed Hinata Hikari. But why didn't Konoha's top brass express their stance? In order to avoid long nights and endless dreams, the Uchiha clan decided to let Senju Uto take action to clarify this matter to the public. Then he took this opportunity to arrest Uto Senju and take him to the police department, where he slowly processed it. By then, Senju Uto's charges can be written as he pleases, and this matter will come to an end. Uchiha Ryuki is a genin and is not yet qualified to enter the police department. But some things were easier to handle as a genin. Uchiha Ryuka's purpose today was to act bravely and take the initiative to escort Senju Uto to the police department. The Uchiha clan took this opportunity to test the intentions of Konoha's higher UPS. If they come forward to obstruct it, the Uchiha clan can also say, Uchiha Ryuho is just a child and is not sensible yet, so he takes the opportunity to deal with it. The genin graduation examination a month and a half ago, because you were no match for Hinata Hikari, you harbored a grudge against Hinata Hikaru, and actually took the opportunity of the mission to murder her. Uchiha Ryuho began to explain the situation carefully in front of the public. As soon as the words came out, the whole place was in an uproar. The recent high-profile disappearance of Hikaru Hinata is indeed the case. Everyone had heard a lot of rumors, but when they actually heard the specific matters from Uchiha Ryuho, they still couldn't help but start talking. There is something wrong with Hinata Hikari's head. You can actually do something to such a pitiful girl, you are so cruel, Senju Uto. Uchiha Ryuho condemned Senju Uto with a sad look on his face. Later, he said that Senju Uto also wanted to murder him and killed him together. You have been causing trouble for me since I was a ninja student. This matter is obvious to all. The group of genin behind him nodded. Uchiha Huo and Senju Uto fight almost every 2 days, and one fight every 3 days. Because of this matter, you wanted to take me away with you, but it's a pity, I was lucky enough not to be killed by you. Uchiha Huo was filled with indignation. The crowd around him was excited by his words. The dignified Thousand Hands clan has a scum like you. Uchiha Huo pointed out his hand. I, Uchiharuka, will act bravely for justice today. Senju Uto will follow me to the police department. Uchiha flowing fire. Senju Uto's cheek muscles were twitching. He calculated everything, but he didn't realize that he was being plotted against. He prides himself on his self-cultivation as a supporting character, but now he is still serving as a scapegoat for Uchiha. Around there were countless voices of condemnation. Even the passers-by who were watching began to point at Senju Uto. Senju Uto began to sweat on his forehead. If it were in front of Lord Hokage, he would definitely not be afraid of Uchiha fire. And will tell you everything about the situation at that time. I was thinking the same thing when I returned to Konoha. But the problem is, after returning to Konoha, things developed very differently from what he thought. Why has there been no movement from Hokage-sama? Not only that. Hinata Hikaru's mentor Jounin, and 2 teammates also had no news at all. The Hyuga clan even pretended to be dead. What's going on? And also, if he was really arrested and sent to the police department, he would probably be unable to defend himself. After all, in the police department, the Uchiha clan is king. Poor Hyuga Hikari, she has withered away at the age of 9. Uchiha Ryuka sighed hypocritically. If Hyuga Hikari-sama is still alive, she will definitely see through your true face, Senju Uto, you beast. Gaga, you too. Suddenly, a nervous voice came from above. A black shadow suddenly enveloped the earth for a moment. Everyone looked up and saw a giant strange bird letting out a bright, clear cry, and then spread its wings and flew away. At the same time, a white figure was falling from the sky. Boom! The aroused hurricane rushed in all directions, and everyone subconsciously covered their faces. When they saw clearly the person who landed in front of them, everyone, their eyes suddenly widened. Just see, Hinata Hikari landed firmly on the ground, put her hands behind her back, and looked around. She has a nervous smile on her very cute little face, which is really chic, and heroic. This leader is back again. Hinata Hikaru shook his head and said this. Hikari. Uchiha's eyes darkened instantly. This daylight. Being besieged by so many wild beasts, yet he didn't die. And he came back on a big bird. What the hell? Everyone around him was either shocked or looking at Hinata with dull expressions. Some people even rubbed their eyes and thought they were dreaming. At this moment, the street was so quiet that you could hear a pin drop. Soon, there was a loud noise. They were the Konoha ninjas who were following the giant's strange bird. When they saw the true face of the man who jumped off the back of the giant's strange bird, they were also stunned. For a time, the streets were crowded. Not only filled with ordinary people, but even a large number of ninjas. Senju Uto was also stunned, even his originally squinted eyes were wide open. No matter how much you open your eyes, they are still small. Hikaru Hinata, you are not dead. Uchiha Huo asked. Even he himself didn't notice that his voice became trembling. Quack. Hinata laughed strangely. This leader is the protagonist. Even if the protagonist falls off the cliff, it will only trigger an adventure. This leader met a monkey at the foot of the cliff. The monkey not only taught me the monkey fist, he also asked a big bird to carry my leader back and send him back. Hinata Hikari said seriously. The expressions of everyone turned from the dullness caused by Hinata Hikaru's survival to contempt. They thought Hinata was talking nonsense again. After all, she says these neurotic words all day long. Also fell off a cliff and triggered an adventure. The monkey teaches monkey boxing and is picked up and dropped off by the car. This Hinata Hikaru, can you please have some facial expressions? Damn it, if you could get adventures by jumping off a cliff, wouldn't everyone jump off a cliff? Sure enough, this Hinata hasn't changed at all. But, it's true that stupid people are lucky enough to survive. If the chapter is wrong, click here to report it. Mobile phone users, please visit CSW. Reading for a better reading experience. The bookshelf is synchronized with the computer version. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 233. Hyuga Hikari, have you really encountered an adventure? However, among the many onlookers, one person asked Hinata Hikari very seriously. Obviously, it was Senju Uto, who was deeply poisoned by ninja novels. He believes that since Hikari really survived jumping off a cliff and triggering adventures, then he is obviously the proper protagonist. In this case, wouldn't it be? It turns out, Uchi Harayuki is the supporting character. Senju Uto murmured with a dull look on his face. If Hikaru Hinata is really the protagonist, then, after jumping off a cliff, he will naturally gain something. Upgrade a few levels along the way and kill everyone when you come back. Hiss. Senju Uto took a breath, and what he was thinking about at the moment was not the issue of confrontation or not. Rather, if this is the case, doesn't it mean that Hinata's strength is far beyond what it was before? Senju Uto, hadn't I already understand the expression? The look in his eyes towards Hinata Hikaru was no longer joking, but a look that was so hot that even Hinata felt embarrassed. Hyuga Hikaru girl. Just then, Senju Uto stretched out his hand. With a plop, he actually knelt down. He rushed forward and hugged Hinata Hikari's right foot tightly, not bothering with the dirt on the ground. This scene shocked everyone. Senju Uto, what is this going to do? Even Hinata Hikari was confused by him. Hyuga Hikaru girl. Senju Uto, who was lying on the ground, raised his head and looked at Hinata Hikaru with very pious eyes. Please make the decision for me. Usually, the best way for a supporting character to clear up his grievances is not to defend himself, but hug the thigh. Senju Uto, who was poisoned by ninja novels, decided in an instant to hug the protagonist's thigh tightly. This is the self-cultivation and awareness of a supporting character. As long as you hug your thighs, the rest is to sit back and watch the protagonist kill everyone. Senju Uto doesn't feel embarrassed at all now, but feels happy. Everyone was so shocked by this turn of events that they were completely speechless. However, look at Senju Uto's posture. It seems that things are not as simple as Uchiha Ryuho said. Among them, there should be various intricate relationships. For a while, Senju Uto hugging Hinata Hikaru's thigh tightly, Uchiha Ryuka in a daze, and Hinata Hikaru in a daze, became the focus of the scene. Okay, this leader will make the decision for you. Hinata Hikaru nodded. Senju Uto was overjoyed. I saw him getting up from the ground and standing behind Hinata Hikari excitedly, waving flags and cheering. But no one has yet figured out what happened. Uchiha Ryuka, are you ready to die? Hinata Hikaru looked at Uchiha Ryuho, and the words he spoke made everyone's minds even more confused. Whispering sound. After Uchiha Ryuho was surprised, a trace of unhappiness and irritability flashed in his heart. Why didn't Hinata survive? But everyone, Senju Uto somehow used some method to confuse Hinata Hikaru. We have to subdue him first and then make a long-term plan. Uchiha Ryuho directly arranged a speech on the spot. Everyone was completely confused by this confusing situation. They didn't say anything, just watching the development of things quietly, obviously not wanting to miss the good show in front of them. "Excuse me, everyone." Just then, Uchiha Ryuho said something behind him. Then, several of his fellow clan members, that is, the genin of the Uchiha clan, stood up. Uchiha Ryuki knew that Hinata Hikaru was very strong, but he was the strongest genin. But being the strongest genin does not mean being reckless. Uchiha Ryuho wanted to let others test Hikari's strength first, and then he would take action. The ninjas of the Uchiha clan are all elites. Even a genin is much stronger than his peers. To put it simply, the genin of the Uchiha clan are all elite monsters. Humph. One on the left and one on the right, two Uchiha clan genin stood up. Uchiha Ryuho couldn't help but draw a smile at the corner of his mouth. With two people attacking at the same time, it's up to Hyuga Hikari to resist such a luxurious lineup. The two Uchiha genin stared at Hinata Hikaru with cold expressions, showing no ill intentions. All genin are eligible to participate in the secret gathering of Nanga River. Although they did not know Hinata, they were equally dissatisfied and disdainful of Hinata, so they were ready to deal with Hinata without any hesitation. Although you can't kill her on the spot, once you subdue her, you can do whatever you want with her afterwards. This leader will not show mercy this time. Rice Yangguang stretched out her hand to signal that she was going to take action for real. This time. Is there another last time? Everyone was filled with doubts, and then someone mentioned the incident of Hyuga Kanan beating an Uchiha elementary school student when he was a student. It dawned on them. It turns out, Hinata Hikaru has already had a feud with the Uchiha clan. So, wouldn't it be? The eyes of everyone looking at Uchiha Ryuho changed. Let's send it off together. Hinata took a step forward, waved his little hand, and said very politely. She actually said. One pick two. Insanity. The first Uchiha genin moved. He was similar in age to Uchiha Ryuho, but had a very hot temper. Earth escape, hardening technique. Seeing that this genin quickly formed a seal, it was the seal of earth release. Kakaka. As the strange noise sounded, a layer of earthy color began to spread to his skin. Earth release hardening technique, difficulty level D, genin level, can be considered as a weaker version of B-level earth release earth spear. Its function is to enhance the body's defense. It can even resist the penetration of Ro fist. Senju Uto explained behind Hinata Hikari. As a supporting role, you must have the awareness and self-cultivation of a supporting role. At this time, he took up the banner of interpretation without hesitation. As for other ninjas who want to fight against the Hyuga clan, if they have defensive ninjutsu, it is best to use them first. Otherwise, it will be miserable if he is hit by the soft fist. But I have to say that they are still a bit too set in their thinking. Hikaru Hinata is no ordinary Hinata. Senju Uto smiled. These guys from the Uchiha clan will soon know how powerful Hinata Hikaru is. Boom. As soon as Hinata stepped onto the ground, the spreading ripples stirred up a circle of dust in the blink of an eye. And she herself was like an arrow leaving the string, colliding with the opponent who rushed towards her. Drink. The genin of the Uchiha clan shouted loudly and suddenly punched out. His fists were also dyed khaki, and it could be said that his entire body had become a defensive form with no blind spots. With the added defensive buff, he was extremely confident and wanted to compete with Hinata Hikari in his physical skills. Oh, the earth escape hardening technique not only increases defense, but also increases lethality. If you are hit, you will feel like you are facing a rock. As for what happens to a human body when it hits a rock, it goes without saying. If the chapter is wrong, click here to report it. Mobile phone users, please visit CSW. Reading for a better reading experience. The bookshelf is synchronized with the computer version.